Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Brendan, Big Bren, and today we'll be looking at, I need to look at the video because I forgot, I think it's 10 amazing facts about India. I didn't forget about that it was about India, I forgot how many facts there was. I've been learning how to speak Hindi and I've travelled around the world in the last so many years, 5 years, and I've been learning Hindi because I think my next big trip is going to be to India. So, namaskar, bye. आप कैसे हैं? आपसे मिलकर खुशी हो. And that's it for now. let's get into the video. Oh, by the way, I said hello, brother. How are you? It's a pleasure to meet you. And I think that's all I said. I only know a few things, but it's difficult, and I'm proud of what I know because it was so difficult to learn these little tiny things, and they stick in my mind. I know a few other things, but anyway, we'll get into them another day. Let's have a look. Let's look at 10 facts about India. Let's go.
Welcome to Top 10 Archive. Suggestions keep pouring in as to where we should travel next. And it looks like our metaphorical compass is pointing towards India. From Bengal tigers and sloth bears to the Taj Mahal and exploring Mars. Join us as we trek through 10 amazing...
One of my other travelling ambitions is to visit the 7 wonders of the world. And I didn't have this thought until I was in Berlin on a solo trip around Europe on trains. I was going to a Polish wedding and I met this guy from Turkey. He'd landed in Berlin before I had to fly to Turkey. He'd just come from Rio de Janeiro, and I was just chatting with him, and I think he'd run out of money, and so I let him stay in my hostel and I let him get a shower and stuff, and I bought him a beer and got him a bite to eat. And I was saying, oh, what were your trip? And he says, oh, I've just done the 7 wonders of the world. He said, I've just run out of money, so I've just I had to wing it. He's probably borrowing money off people at home to get back. But when he was in Berlin, he had nothing. And so I just did what I can for one night. And I thought, what a cool idea. And he'd just been to Rio on his last stop to see we've got one in England, in Newcastle, but it's a little bit different. Let's go.
Facts about India. Number 10, Indian cuisine. There's a great divide in India, a separation between the north and south that we're employing all to take a side on. The cuisine. In the north, you have a higher use of dairy products like milk, paneer, ghee, and yogurt. South India locals enjoy a cuisine of rice for dosas, vadas, and uttappams, coupled with fresh coconut water. Back in North India, roti and paratha flatbreads are cooked on tawa, while puri and bhatura get the deep-fried treatment. Taking a whirlwind tour of India's northern and...
My boxing coach was Indian, so I got time to spend with his family in the local city, in the closest city. So I got cooked. He used to cook me the genuine Indian food, and his I ate it from his grandma, and it's nothing like takeaway Indian food.
Southern regions, you'll chow down on samosa, mirchi bada, chaat, kachori, idli, upma, onion uttappam, and fish coconut curry. Number 9, India inventions. It wouldn't be a journey through a country's culture if we didn't stop to take a look at some of the great advancements we would be lacking without it. 0 as a number has been around as far back as ancient Egypt, but the notion of it as a digit in decimal place value allegedly came about in India during the 5th century. Having a hard time in your high school math class? You can also thank India for the modern development of sine, cosine, and advancements in trigonometry, negative numbers, and algebra.
Wow.
Historians believe that India is also responsible for the development of chess, snakes and ladders, the Sanskrit language, fiber optics, advancements in reconstructive surgery, and Sir Jagadish Chandra Bose, who is best known for paving the way for radio communication. Number 8, famous Indians. He was the peace-seeking leader of the movement for independence in British-ruled India, and likely one of the most famous Indians throughout history. But there are a lot of notable citizens of India, so we don't want to get too caught up in Mahatma Gandhi's history just yet. When exploring famous people of India, you'll be setting your sights on spiritual leader Sri Chinmoy, actresses Priyanka Chopra and Kareena Kapoor, actors Amitabh Bachchan and Salman Khan, philosopher and statesman Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, classical poet Kalidasa, and 2006 Nobel Prize winner Muhammad Yunus, who is best known for assisting women in escaping poverty. In the world of sports, tennis player Sania Mirza, cricketers Mahendra Dhoni and Sachin Tendulkar, and 3 Olympic gold medals winner Dhyan Chand can boast Indian roots. Representing India on YouTube are T-Series, Choo Choo.
Cricket, a British game, what we introduced into India when we did the controversial takeover of India for 200 years. But they're better than us now. We introduced the game in India and they're better than us.
TV Nursery Rhymes, ZTV, and Eros Now. Number 7, Wildlife of India. A vast diversity of exotic and beautiful wildlife awaits those with a desire to explore. Asian elephants, Bengal tigers, sloth bears, Indian rhinoceros, Asian water buffalo, Indian wolf, golden jackal, and the Indian antelope are just a small sampling of the roaming beast inhabiting India's environment. The Indian region of western Assam is home to what is considered one of the rarest and most sacred monkeys in the world, the golden langur. This wild-haired primate is currently endangered, with only 1,064 individuals being recorded in 2001. In an effort to protect its precious wildlife, India's government created 18 biosphere reserves, 10 of which are recognized by the World Network of Biosphere Reserves. Number 6, India's tourist attractions. Thinking of India, there's probably one location that comes to mind as a definite must-see spot, the Taj Mahal. Visiting the mausoleum is absolutely recommended, but it's not the only sight this historic country has to offer. The caves and temples of Golconda Fort in Andhra Pradesh,
and the steps,
Museum of Man in Bhubaneswar, Uttar Pradesh's Begel Baba Temple, Mansingh Palace. There's so much to see in India, but these locations are a decent start. Gir National Park, Dahandar Falls, the Bhimbekta Rock Shelters, Lady Hadari Park, Latlam Canyons, and an array of beaches and lakes are more than ideal for nature lovers.
What a beautiful country! What a beautiful country!
Something for all to experience. Number 5, Bollywood. Film enthusiasts may know a thing or two about Bollywood or Hindi cinema, but newcomers are in for a treat. India's own Hollywood has roots in the silent era of film, with its first silent feature being Raja Harishchandra by Dada Saheb Phalke. Early Bollywood films were meant as a means to escape, especially during World War II and the partition, and often include whimsical elements like large-scale musical numbers rooted in classic Indian folk dances. The songs often determine if a movie is going to succeed, and the better the musical soundtrack, the better the movie often performs. Since the early 2000s, Bollywood has seen an increased popularity across the globe. Number 4, cricket and India. Sports are often a country's pride and joy. Americans have baseball, Canadians have hockey, Brazilians have football, and Indians have cricket. If not for the British rule of India, otherwise known as the British Raj, the game of cricket may never have been introduced to the natives. Via the East India Company, cricket was integrated into 17th century Indian culture, eventually blossoming into a popular sport headlined by the Indian national cricket team, or the Men in Blue.
And now they kick our ass.
Competition in cricket within India comes in the form of several domestic events, including the Ranji Trophy, Syed Mushtaq Ali Trophy, and the BCCI Corporate Trophy.
Go on, lads.
Of the national cricket team's crowning achievements, there's the 1983 and 2011 Cricket World Cups and the 2007 and 2013 ICC World 2020s. Number 3, World Records from India. A person who feels appreciated will always do more than what is expected. Or at least that's what World Records India tells us.
It's true.
This more localized version of the Guinness World Records lives by the mantra that rewarding people is the best way to get people to excel. And so it dishes out awards for things that would likely otherwise go unnoticed. Things like the most baby booties designed by knitting material, the largest number of handmade greeting cards, the youngest individual to recite the countries in the lowest amount of time, the first blood donation camp at a marriage ceremony, and most consecutive years with 100% school attendance. They may not stand out like
That wasn't
Guinness's
me.
incredible records, but India feels they're worth some praise. Number 2, India Space Research Organization. In 1969, the ISRO came into the picture, replacing the then-standing Indian National Committee for Space Research 5 years after the launch of the very first sounding rocket. The shorter and catchy name brought with it advancements to the program, which allowed India to be a formidable competitor in the ongoing space race. On September 24, 2014, India became the first country to succeed in entering Mars's orbit on the first attempt, and also the first Asian space agency to ever reach the Red Planet's orbit. Chandrayaan-1, a lunar mission sent in October of 2008, made the ISRO the first to have detected water on the moon. The 2000s has
Water on the
seen
moon.
increased activity and launches, with over 25 different launches taking place between 2010 and 2016 alone. Number 1, Indian Independence Movement and Gandhi. India's movement for independence dates as far back as the 18th century, during the East India Company's rule of the country, and is littered with tales of death, desperation, rebellions, and a world war that stalled the movement briefly in favor of the bigger picture. In 1915, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi left South Africa, where he had acted as a civil rights activist, and returned to India to lead the nationalist movement for independence. Implementing peaceful rebellions and the non-cooperation movement, Gandhi was a thorn in the British side. On August 15, 1947, 5 months before Gandhi's assassination, India was declared a
didn't know
sovereign
assassination.
democratic nation.
I didn't
Though
know
a
it was
decision made
assassinated.
in 1949 kept the country within the British Commonwealth. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, be sure to visit and sign up with...
Right, so that's great. You know, I've got to watch loads more videos and learn loads more things. But with the British Empire, and there's lots more I've got to learn on that too. But every democracy around the world was set up by the British. So, and you know, America's democratic status, and many places around the world, they've got a democracy through the British. Yeah, I don't agree with how the British Empire just went round and took what they want and invaded. I don't agree with the British Empire, as in, but it's happened and we can't change it. But there's a lot of positives. There's a lot of people in India, from what I've seen, who are happy to be part of the British Commonwealth. And there's many Commonwealth countries who are happy to be part of it. I'm not saying I agree with everything, but it's not all bad. The British actually ended slavery in America. Did you know that? Google it, it's there. And like I say, they set up democracies, parliamentary juries, railways. Yeah, they took stuff, and hundreds of years ago it was bad. And no matter how you talk about it, it was still bad. It was still bad. It's like someone invading my home now and saying, right, no, now we rule your home and you work for us. It's not good. It's not good. And I'm a British man and I'm saying that. But there's positives and negatives. Basically, the biggest thing is the negative. But if we never did it, I'm not justifying it by the way, but if we never did it, another country would have done it. Because that's how the European countries were going. They were just the new modern world were gaining in power in the naval states and everything. And so anyway, I'm really happy that India got its independence, and I'm really happy that India got a lot of the Western things like railways and democracies and stuff like that. So it's 6 and 2 3s to be honest. But I still know that it were more negative for us to invade. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to go. So I'm going to have to say goodbye. See you later.